The winter of 1943 arrived early in Emberfield, a quiet European town where snow always fell softly until the war taught it how to fall hard. The cobblestones were cracked, chimneys empty, and the sound of laughter had long been replaced by the distant rumble of artillery. Yet, in one small brick house on Willow Bend, a faint golden light still glowed. It belonged to Clara Hensley, a 28-year-old seamstress whose hands once stitched gowns for summer dances. Now those same hands mended torn uniforms, patched up blankets, and wrote letters for soldiers who couldn't spell their feelings. Clara had lost her husband, Samuel, to the front lines 2 years earlier. No letter had arrived since. People told her to move on, but Clara refused. She believed silence didn't mean death, it only meant a longer road home. One evening, as the wind rattled the shutters like skeletal fingers, Clara opened her door to a freezing young soldier leaning heavily against the frame. His uniform was mud-stained, his breath ragged. "Help, please," he whispered. Clara pulled him in without hesitation. His name was Thomas Gray, barely 20, carrying a pocket journal filled with sketches of cities he dreamed of visiting after the war. As she cleaned his wound, Clara noticed something in his pocket, a stack of letters, all unopened, all addressed to different families. He was a courier. "Why didn't the army deliver them?" Clara asked. Thomas looked away. "No one left to deliver them to, except me." Clara felt her heart twist. Letters were the only lifeline in these dark times. She poured him tea, lit a candle, and listened as he shared stories of soldiers who held on to hope until their final breath. 3 days passed, and Thomas regained enough strength to stand. But before he left, he handed Clara a small, weathered envelope. Her breath caught. It was addressed in Samuel's handwriting. Her hands trembled as she opened it. "My dearest Clara, the nights are cold, colder than I imagined, but I still warm myself with the thought of your smile. If this letter finds you, it means I'm still fighting, still trying to come home. No matter what happens, promise me one thing. Keep the light on. I will follow it back to you. Yours, always, Samuel." Tears blurred Clara's vision. It was proof he had survived longer than she thought. Maybe, just maybe, he was still out there. Thomas placed a hand over hers. "When the war ends, I'll help you find him. I swear it." Months passed, battles shifted, Emberfield endured. And on a fog-heavy morning, after the final thunder of gunfire faded into distant history, Clara stood on Willow Bend as columns of weary soldiers marched home. She scanned every face. And then, a figure emerged from the mist, limping slightly, uniform torn, eyes searching desperately. Samuel. He followed the glow from her window, the same light she had kept burning for 3 long years. They ran to each other, collapsing into an embrace that seemed to sew together every frayed seam of their lives. The town around them whispered, cried, and rejoiced. But Clara heard nothing except Samuel's heartbeat against hers. War had taken so much. But love, quiet, stubborn, unyielding, had survived the fire. And in Emberfield, the light in Clara's window never went out again.